So we start with our first session, and many of my students and young professionals wanted information about roadmap to civil services. So we thought, okay, we have an expert, and why not we do one session on the careers in civil services. We have with us our expert, Dr. Inderjeet Kaur, who is going to do a power session on civil services. With the 50 years of experience, I have done an injustice to give a small brief profile about her, because I will take 50 minutes to talk about her experience. So I have tried to compile her major experience events in this small slide. So she has been an ex-professor in University of Delhi, an ex-principal in one of the renowned colleges of University of Delhi. She has also served as a director at Jagan Institute of Management Studies. She has been awarded with various fellowships and competitions, participated in competitions. Her key contribution has been her book for preparation of civil services. Currently, this book has been written in Hindi, which is called Lok Prashasan, and the second edition is now under publication. Post her retirement, she still continues to work and give back to the society by working with an NGO, and playing a strategic and operational role there, working with students from weaker backgrounds, and teaching them and working at the strategic level in the institute. Over to you, Dr. Inderjeet, to start the session. I have stopped sharing my screen. Can you please share your screen and start with your presentation?
Sure. So, thank you, Mrs. Harmeet Kaur, for giving me this opportunity for interacting with young audience on one of my favorite topics, civil services. The topic of discussion is road back to civil services, and IS being the most sought after career, I'll be focusing on this most prominent civil service in Indian administration. But before we proceed for the roadmap, let us understand what the civil services stands for. Civil services consists of a group of officials to assist and advise the political executives for making policies, implementing policies, and evaluating policies. But in practice, they perform much more functions than merely assisting the political executives. In fact, these services are known as power of authority, symbol of high status and prestige. They are also known as architect of nations, architect of Indian nation. Steel frame, it shows the strength of this organization. Broadly speaking, Indian administrative services consists of 23 other allied services of the central government, besides 2 other national services, Indian Police Service and Indian Forest Service. The other 23 services are connected with different ministries which are being shown in the chart itself. whether it is related to traffic, Indian Railway, defense, Indian police, etc., etc. Why we should aspire for IAS? Why young students should aspire for IAS? The reasons are given here. This is the most powerful position in the country. This job is fully secured. At least for 20 years, no one can remove the office bearer from the job. Again, very important aspect of is this, that they enjoy a lot of perks and privileges, though salary is comparatively very less uh, in the public services when we compare it with the corporate houses. But other perks and privileges they are assigned. See the kind of Bangalore they are having, red batti car, which is the symbol of their power. All other assistance in the form of helpers, free chauffeur, etc., etc. Then comes it increase the market value. This is not the rupee which is devaluating every time. This is the office which is always going up and up. So market value in Indian society of IAS is very high, because in Indian society, we still go for purchasing the groom. Any Indian citizen having attained 21 years of age on 1st August of the year of examination with the degree of any recognized university can appear for examination. The upper limit of appearing for the examinations for the general category is upper limit, the limit of the age is 32 years. For OBC, it is 35 years, and SC, ST, it is 37 years. Very important part of this roadmap is for clearing all these 3 stages of the examinations. So, comprising of 3 stages, the first is preliminary test, second is written examination, and third is interview. Let us see the preliminary examinations first. This takes place in the month of the May, and these preliminary examination intends to focus on critical abilities and the understanding of the candidates. It is 2-hour duration paper. There are 2 papers of preliminary examinations, each having 2 marks separately. 200 marks, sorry, 200 marks separately. The first paper, preliminary one, tests the knowledge of the candidate on current events. And the areas include history of India, Indian national movement, general sciences, art, culture, society, biodiversity, climate, change, science, culture, art, Indian polity, Panchayati Raj system, and governance. The second paper, which is known as CSAT, or Civil Service Aptitude Test, it tests the candidate's skills in different forms: communication, logical reasoning, analytical ability, decision making, problem solving, basic numeracy, data interpretation, English language comprehension skills, and mental ability. This is to be remembered or underlined that this is a qualifying test for which you have to have only secure only 33% marks. So With these two papers, our preliminary test stage is over. We come to the next stage of written examination. Written examination, as the table is showing, consists of 7 papers plus 2 papers, A and B. Paper A and B are concerned about the 2 different languages. One paper A is concerned about the Indian language, which one candidate has to choose from the 8th schedule of the Constitution. Only one language from the 8th schedule of the Constitution of India. Part B, paper B pertains to English. This is again qualifying test. You have to secure only 25% marks. If you are clear in these 2 papers, then the evaluation for other papers will start. The other paper, number 1, is essay paper. One topic you have to attempt in its multi-dimensional, covering multi-dimensional aspects. Paper 2 pertains to general study, covering Indian heritage, culture, history, geography, world and society. Paper 2, paper 3, sorry. Paper 3 is again general studies, covering governance, constitution, polity, social justice, international relations. Paper 4, again general studies, technology, economic, development, biodiversity, environment, security, and disasters are the theme areas which are covered in the 4th paper. The 5th paper, again general studies, which is concerned about ethics and integrity and aptitude. Last 2 papers, 6th and 7th, are optional papers. You have to opt one optional subject for appearing in the examination, and this optional subject has 2 papers to clear. If you go by the marks given to each paper, this is clear from the table. I'm not going to repeat it because of the shortage of time. So far as the language and subjects are concerned, the left hand side of the table shows the different subjects. This includes all the subjects of knowledge, covering mechanical engineering, agriculture, botany, public administration, psychology, politics, etc., etc. I have already cleared you that after clearing paper A and B, then only your evaluation for major papers will be taken up. Then comes interview. Interview is personality test. This is a third but most crucial stage. Thorough screening takes place. In this, candidate is assessed for the personal suitability of for the job. He or she is evaluated for his or her mental caliber of the candidate. It assesses candidates' social traits and interest in the current affairs. It judges mental alertness, critical powers of assimilation. Then it also judges a variety of and depth of one's interests. If you showed your interest in the movies, or you name one movie, they will ask you in-depth questions so that they can judge you how much interest or how much knowledge you have about the movie which you love it. Then comes logical exposition, balance of judgment, etc. That is also judged. Intellectual and moral integrity is also screened. Ability for social cohesion and leadership is also ascertained through this interview procedure. The number of attempts one can appear for IS examination. For the general category, these are 6. For OBC, 7. SC, ST, till up to the age of 37, limited. Here I would like to uh, remind you that for general category, I think we have already discussed. I am not going to repeat, sorry. Upper limit up we have already seen. Now let us see the trend of this examination. When I am saying trend, I am trying to prove the competitiveness of the examination. About 9 to 10 lakh candidates apply for the IS examination. Out of 80% of them appear. Those who can clear preliminary examination, their percentage varies from 3 to 5%. And out of these 3 to 5% successful candidates who appear for written examinations, the outcome ranges from 19 to 20%. And out of these 19 to 20% of successful examinees in the written examination, only 1 is selected for the interview, from the interview. The net result ranges from 0.1 to 0.3%. I'm not scaring you people by giving you this statistics, but I am going to bring to your notice the competitiveness of the examination and to make your strategy to face the challenge of this competitiveness. Now we come to another aspect of this examination, which will take you to the road for mapping the road of this examination. These are tips and tools for converting your aspirations into reality. Briefly, the first and foremost is IP. This stands for indomitable power to explore and win. Another tool is key. The magic key of hard work that will help you in unlocking the doors for your desires. The third one is about news. If you have interest to begin your day with newspaper, I think you stand good chance to appear for the IS examination. Another very important trait is required, that is sensitivity and empathy to the various issues happening around you in society, in politics, in legal or environmental spheres. How much it bothers you, how much you think about all these issues. This is very important. Then very high IQ is required. If you have intelligent answers for the simple most questions, I think you stand good chance. Again, value are also again very important trait which is required for winning this examination. Values of all kinds, civic, social, and ethical. So it is always said, inculcate your habits from the beginning, and habits, good habits from the beginning. And good habits are habits do not die hard. So if you have inculcated good civic habits, social or ethical values, definitely these will help you to go through this exam. How much you read? Do you love readings? General readings, autobiographies, and biographies, etc. This will expand the horizon of your knowledge. This will show you the path and tips for the winning this examination or winning any challenge of the life. Again, very important, awareness. Awareness about general and specific smallest things of things and happenings around you. You can be asked even this simple most question: how many steps you climbed for entering this interview boardroom? How many poles you have crossed? What is the number of national highway if you are coming from Chandigarh to Delhi or Delhi to UP? Another very important quality is required for this competitive examination: activities. How active are you in your neighborhood activities, in social activities? Again, another important, that is MF, that is mental framework. Whether you are strong enough or fearful, or you are having framework of anxiety, you are carrying tension every time, you are stressed. Definitely, the 3 P's will help you here. These are related to positive attitude, patience, and perseverance. Then HLE, high level of energy. You will be seeing that you will have to prepare a schedule of 8 to 10 hours study for throughout the day. You need a lot of energy for sustenance. And here the yoga can come to help you for building up this energy. Another very important habit is not cramming. If you are cramming, this will be disqualification for you for appearing and for winning this examination. You have not to cram, you have to create understanding whatever you are reading and studying. For preparing this examination, very important documents are books and references you will have to go through. I am listing up. To start with, NCERT books of 11th and 12th, thorough reading. One good reference book for each paper. reports of Administrative Reform Commission, both 1 and 2, economic surveys, budget analysis, new policies. Recently, new policies have been adopted in the health and education areas. You need to go through these policies and you make your own opinion about those. Analyze these thoroughly. Then comes very important another document, that is Niti Aayog's vision of 3 years. New acts which can be enacted during your preparation or which are being applied during currently, you can say. Flagship programs, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, Ayushman Bharat, Jan Dhan Yojana, etc., etc. How these are doing? What is the successful rate? The good number of surveys are being conducted. You need to have latest information about these things. Again, Sustainable Development Goals and its predecessors, Millennium Goals. What is the difference? How much we are working in the direction of these goals? And what is the deadline of these goals? Then comes very helpful instrument or tool for your preparation. One magazine specifically being published for UPSC examination, like Competition Success, Competition Digest. These are available both in Hindi and English. And these can help you for preparing objective type questions and lengthy questions. And in the written examination, you will be getting questions of 1 mark to 60 marks, of 2 lines to 600 lines, from 20 words to 600 lines. So these magazines help you to prepare. This also helps you to prepare your language skill also, and aptitude traits also can be developed through this. Then reading newspaper regularly. I will also suggest, please also go for the Hindu Analytical News. This is the new media channel which gives you the analysis of leading articles of the newspapers. From there you can learn a lot while preparing for your own written examinations. Now we come to another aspect of it, that is clear-cut strategy. And clear-cut strategy, you should start first step of it should be, preparation should be started after the graduation examination. You have appeared in the graduation examination, you need not to wait for its results. You start preparing if you are interested. Then it is suggested by the experienced candidates that if you appear for these examinations after 2 years of job, that will help you to gain more self-confidence and also to create mental security in the terms of job. So you can be stress-free. Before deciding upon your own strategy, what I will request you that you listen to the interviews of few of the toppers or positioners of eye examination. Take down certain important points which are appealing to you, which you can easily adopt. But no point will be helpful without judging your own SWOT. Your own SWOT analysis is very, very important. See your strengths, weaknesses, and how these points can be utilized for removing your weaknesses, etc. Another very important suggestion here is one size code does not fit all. It not one strategy which I recommend you right now will be helpful for all the candidates. So you have to evolve your own strategies on the basis of your own SWOT. Again, you need to opt your optional papers on the basis of your choice and your area of interest. Need not to go by the choice of the topper because they succeeded or they cleared this examination, this paper, you will also clear it. No, this choice should be pertaining your own interest. Next step comes timetable. Prepare your timetable for every day. At least 8 to 10 hours study schedule should be chalked out in this timetable. Every day, every subject, how much time you are going to devote. You have to set the deadline for winding up your course well in advance, not the deadline of the examination date. When
Dr.
I'm
Kaur,
saying well in
another
advance,
1 minute, please.
oh, you have to prepare this in an integrated form. Means you have to prepare all the stages together, preliminary, written, and integrated. More focus on NCRTs. Once a week, revision and test. Self-test you will have to do previous on the basis of previous papers, consult previous papers, understand the trend, and you have to take tests at your own. If you require any kind of help to get these assessed, we from the Fermata can facilitate you. There are a good number of inspiring stories from where you can draw the lessons. You have to take the example of this fellow leaving job of lakhs of rupees in the corporate house, went for IAS, succeeded in one attempt. This girl, Ira Shingli, second time winner. First time she got 30th or 34th rank, and this 2018 she got first rank. No disability could hamper her desire or her aspiration. This is the daughter of a Kisan, farmer, and she could clear without coaching. She was the girl who used to take buffaloes for grazing in her village. She became IAS officer. Listen to these chaps, are their videos. Then this person, handicapped again, eyes not working, and could not stop, this disability could not stop him. This fellow appeared for 35 times for government jobs, but could not be stopped for clearing the UPSC examination. And here I am reminding you certain very important point. One size quote does not fit all. Practice and hard work apply for all indiscriminately. You are not doing research, but general understanding of all the subjects. Self-confidence, but not the overconfidence, will help you through sailing through this. Bouncing back is very, very essential skill. You will have to evolve it, develop it. And last but not the least, language is very, very important. And if I can end with these aspiring words, आसमां सिमट जाएगा तुम्हारे आगोश में, जरा चाहत की बाहें फैलाकर तो देखो, जरा चाहत की बाहें फैलाकर तो देखो. Thank you. Any question, please write to us. We'll be glad to answer.
Thank you, Dr. Kaur. Can you please stop sharing your screen?
Sure.
So this was a great, insightful session, right from the process of eligibility to how to prepare oneself both mentally as well as academically for the exam. Yes, uh, given the number of opportunities to take the attempts, there is a lot of scope. Every time one can prepare better, but there have been students, there have been aspirants who have cleared it in first attempts with the power of with the willpower and dedication, and that's what is going to play the role. Thank you, Dr. Kaur.